So now let's take a look at the grading plan, and you can tell from the previous set of plans, the subdivision plans, again, every plan set's going to be slightly different. They're actually putting the grading plan up front. So it's usually this one, in this case, is almost the first sheet you see after the survey or original ground, which makes it nice because we don't have to dig too deep. Now, if we take a closer look at this grading plan, we can see a few things that are slightly different than the subdivision one. While we do have contours in a site plan like this, especially in a relatively flat area, you're going to see a lot of callouts, and these callouts are elevations. So here is an existing elevation. So if we wanted to kind of check in to see how our vertical was doing, we could check into this area, and if we came in at 23.25, then we know we're good. These other callouts here, you can see we've got top of curb, and then we got an existing elevation. Okay, so then as we work around, we can start to see elevation. So here's an elevation at the base of the handicap ramp. Here's one that's showing our top of curb and our gutter. And then here, same thing, top of curb and gutter. Over here, you can see you got an existing elevation where we're tying into. So top of curb is 5/10 higher. And as you come around, you can also see some other key elevations. So these are some elevation points and some slopes that would be used to build the surface model, in this case for grading and or paving. So if this case was concrete paving, then you would be able to lay out the forms using the elevation that you see here for these fuel islands. You can also see there's some top of island elevations as well. Down here, if we take a look, you've got a high point. So based on these contours and these flow arrows, it's depicting which way the water should go. So again, a lot of detail on this to lay out the surface and the grading. And again, we would use this for both takeoff and or data prep in Trimble Business Center. Okay. If we look over here, we've got some, again, the legend shows us what all this information means, right? Top of island, existing elevation, top of sidewalk. And then you've got some proposed storm sewer pipe. If we take a look at that, there's some storm sewer pipe here. You'll notice that it shows us some elevations for the top of curb and the gutter, but it doesn't give us any information about the storm sewer. And you're going to see that on the following sheet. If we look over here, there's some other notes. Tells us how it should be graded, prior to installation, what has to happen. And then down here, we've got some geotech reports for soil conditions, considerations, so on and so forth. So again, the grading plan is going to give us most of what we need to build this surface to whether we're using machine control or whether we're using just traditional stakes in the ground, using your site work system to lay it out. The next sheet we'll talk about is the storm drainage plan.